Hey, I'm Kerry Beyer, and I'm going to talk to you today about how to format your resume for acting. Now, this question comes from Brittany, and she asks, if I don't have any credits, how do I make my resume look good? So I'm going to tell you about that too. So what I've got here is a little board, and I'm going to go through and tell you about the format in each one of these sections. So basically, what I like to do is I put my name at the top, and I like to put that in a bold font. And keep your resume pretty straightforward. Don't get too crazy with it, but you can make it look nice and do a little bit of design work on it, but keep it pretty straightforward. On the left side, and this doesn't matter, you can put it on the left or you can put it on the right, whatever. I like to put the stats, my height, weight, eye color, hair color. That way casting directors know what my build is and what my look is. I put my agency contact information on the right there. I like to do a little underline there just to kind of separate the section. And then I'll start with film because I feel like that's the most important credits you can have. So I will do a heading there in bold. And then underneath that I'll do a 3-column layout. So I'll start with the title of the movie. And then I'll put the role that I had, whether I had a starring role, a supporting role, whether I was a co-star, or featured. Some people put lead instead of starring. It really doesn't matter. It's all the same. Then I like to list the production company, and I slash it and then put the director name there as well. Because you never know, during casting, the casting person may know this director, or the other director for the project may know this director, and call them up and get a reference. And there's nothing better than having one director talk to another director and say, yeah, this person was awesome to work with. I do that all the time. All of us directors talk, and I very frequently recommend actors for productions that were really great to work with. So the next heading that I like to do is for TV. And again, I'll bold that, and then underneath I'll do the 3-column layout again, and I indent this just a little bit. So I'll put the title, co-star, guest star, supporting, featured, whatever, and then the network and the director again as well. Now if you do theater, you would put theater and then do the same 3-column layout, do the play, the role, the theater company or the production company that did that. Then I like to do commercial below that. I'll list the client, whether I was a principal or had a voice on camera or whatever it was. Again, the production company and the director. Let me lift that up so you can see that there. Okay, so then the next section under that is going to be training. So here's where you would list the acting coaches and the studios that you trained at. And just very simply, you know, if you came and you studied with me, you would put Kerry Beyer Studio for Acting, or whoever your coach was, and you can list them down, and you can do another 3-column thing as your credits grow. You would also list if you did casting director workshops or director workshops or did any kind of master class, just list all the training that you had. You know, if the only training you have is college or high school training, go ahead and list it. The quicker that you can bump that off your resume, the better, because casting directors and directors really like to see real world kind of stuff, and not always, but typically the film industry is kind of very different than theater training, so keep that in mind. Then at the bottom you're going to put special skills, and this can be anything from, you know, if you play football, if you play baseball, if you ride horses, anything that stands out to make you unique and castable. And this really comes in handy not only for feature film but for commercials, because a lot of times they'll have very specific requirements. They'll want somebody of a certain height, of a certain ethnic background, that plays a certain type of sport. And when you list your resume on the casting director websites, they can search for all that information and come up with a list of people who fit the exact criteria that they need. So really, you know, flesh that out as much as possible. Now, getting to Brittany's question, you know, what do I do if I don't have any credits? Well, the first thing in this business is don't ever lie about your credits, because people will check, And if you do anything that questions your credibility, that's a big no-no, and it's going to really set back your career. So that being said, what you can do, it's always acceptable to hype and creatively spin a role or a production, as long as it's everything you're saying is factually accurate. So if you need film credits, I think the fastest way to get a film credit is to do one of the short film competitions. 48-Hour Film Fest comes to mind. I run a short film competition called Splatterfest. There's many of these kind of competitions across the country, and the great thing about them is the film is shot over a weekend, and they usually put out a DVD a couple of weeks later, and so you can get your footage really, really quick. So it's a credit, and oftentimes the credit ends up on IMDb, which is even better. So that's a really great way to get fast credits. The other way to get a fast credit for film is to go out and make a short film yourself. You know, get a camera, get a couple of friends, go make a movie, and that's another credit you can put on your resume. And if it's good and you submit it to festivals and you can get it listed on IMDb, that even solidifies that credit a little bit more. The other way that you can get some film credits is to do extra work. And while you don't typically want to do a lot of extra work, it's great to do in the beginning and then phase your way out of it. There's some people that make a good living just doing extras, and they're happy doing that. That's what they want to do, and that's great, and I'm not saying anything against that. But if you have aspirations to be a leading actor or supporting actor or character actor or something like that that's going to be working on camera in speaking roles, I would say do a little bit of extra work to get your feet wet, to learn kind of what they go through, so you can have a little respect for them when you're on set. But you don't want to be seen as a career extra if you're aspiring to be a principal on camera performer. Commercial as well. There's a lot of commercial extra work, and commercial extra work pays better than film extra work. So keep that in mind. It's a good way to make some extra money. That's really the best ways to enhance your resume. You know, take as many workshops and classes as you can, because people really value the effort that you put in to learn the craft and to pay your dues. So that's really important. Hope this helped. If you liked the video, please click like, subscribe to the channel, share this video with all your friends. And if you have any questions about the business, I'm happy to try and answer them. So leave them in the comments section below, and I'll see you guys next time.